Good evening and welcome to Intwine, your number one source of news and entertainment. Today, Governor Abbott of Texas and Tom Hoffman gave out a press conference together. They talked about the border and the situation that is happening over there and what they're going to do to fix it. I found the interview very enlightening because these people that Trump are picking, they know the law and they are not playing around. Now with the governors that they're trying to oppose them to, they try to stop them from doing their job. Now in January coming in, so like always, I don't understand why these Democrats act like this. I don't understand. Let's take a look at the press conference and let me know your thoughts later on.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving to you. My wife, Jennifer, and I would like to thank all of you and your families for all you're doing this Thanksgiving season. For the soldiers in the crowd, I'm so amazed by what you've done. Your state was being invaded, and you did just what we expect of Minutemen. You left your civilian jobs, you said goodbye to your family, you picked up your weapon, and you came to the southern border of the United States to protect your state. So, my thanks to you this Thanksgiving. And if you're DPS, you did the same thing, and I know you're away from your families, but the other thing you did is you applied consequences. And we all know a border without consequences is not a border. So thank you so much for what you've done for us. We also have a special guest today, Mr. Tom Homan, who's going to be the future border czar of the country. Tom, I want to express my thanks to you for coming out during your Thanksgiving week. And one of your first things you've done is to serve as soldiers and troopers on the border. I think this is a harbinger of things to come, that the cavalry's on the way. And then lastly, I want to thank our governor, Governor Greg Abbott. No governor has done more to enforce the rule of law, to secure the border, and protect the sovereignty of the citizens of the state of Texas. So it's my honor to introduce Governor Greg Abbott.
Give it up for General Seltzer. We're here today for two reasons that coincide. One is to say thank you, and the other is to serve you something. I know you're dying to eat right now. Get to that big lunch. But listen, you need to know the gratitude that I, my fellow Texans, and your fellow Americans have for you, for what you're doing and what you continue to do. Everybody knows that our military, National Guard and otherwise, as well as our Department of Public Safety officers, you serve 24/7. There are times when you're deployed, times when you're not deployed, but the fact of the matter is, having you available to serve the state of Texas or the United States of America is essential for Texas and for our country to remain sovereign, free, and safe. And that's exactly what you are delivering to the people of our great state. And I want to say thank you so much for everything that you're doing. No state in America has a National Guard like the Texas National Guard. either in volume or quality or what you've provided for our country. Our country, meaning people outside the state of Texas, they know exactly what you have done, the difference that you've made. The truth, the facts are that what happened over the past 4 years was unprecedented. More than 11 million people came across our border illegally. It's not just the volume of people, it is the intent, the crime, the harm that they caused along the way. Y'all surely know the stories. There have been little girls in Texas raped and murdered by people who have come across the border illegally. There have been family after family after family in the state of Texas alone that have been physically beaten, abused, harmed, or had their homes or their neighborhoods decimated. They needed somebody to step into that breach and stand up for the rule of law upon which our country was created. The men and women who did that are the men and women of the Texas National Guard and the Texas Department of Public Safety. Americans, thank you for your service.
Let me tell you something, man. This governor might be paralyzed or whatever, but this guy got cojones, man. That guy stood up against the Democratic government, the Democratic machine that wanted the flood, that pushed the flood of people to this nation. Criminals, fentanyl, all kinds of drugs came through there. And this man stood up. He fought with everything he had. You have to recognize that. You have to recognize that. Texas had one of the best governors in the nation. Unbelievable the job this guy did. Unbelievable. And thank God that he was there.
I know that sometimes what you're doing may be hard. My only hope is this, and that is that you know also every single day how important, how essential it is what you're doing. Texans are counting on you. Americans are counting on you. And especially this time when we have Thanksgiving. We as Texans and Americans have at the top of our list among our thanks. A thank you to all of our Texas National Guard, those who came from other states to join you from those other state guards, as well as our DPS officers. So from me, the best and most prolific thing I can do to you today is to let you know the gratitude that Texans have for you. Maybe the second best thing is what General Seltzer was talking about. There is a change afoot as we speak right now. And it's something that formally occurs on January the 20th, but has already begun. Actions, planning, preparation, schematics, everything that needs to be done is being done to make sure that there is no time gap whatsoever. That as soon as January the 20th occurs, there is going to be a change in the way that the United States of America protects our border and protects the sovereignty of the United States of America. And we have with us the person who's going to be the tip of the spear of leading that effort, and that is Tom Homan, a person that you probably know is well experienced at this. If I recall correctly, you served in the Border Patrol, served the head of ICE, and as we say in Texas, this is not his first rodeo. He's been down this pathway before, done this before, comes ready and prepared with both the physical attributes, the mental attributes, and the experience attributes to make sure that we're going to be doing more and faster than anything that's ever been done to First of all, regain control of our border, restore order in our communities, and also identify, locate, and deport criminals in the United States of America who have come across the border, who are preying upon our fellow Texans and our fellow Americans, and make sure that we restore safety and law and order in communities across the entire United States of America. And I am proud to have with us today the next border czar, and that is Tom Homan.
Thanks, Governor. Look, you guys know me. For the last 4 years, I wake up every morning pissed off about what this administration did to the most secure border in my lifetime. Let me be clear. I worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I worked for took steps to secure the border because they understood you can't have strong national security if you don't have border security. We need to know who's coming in, what's coming in, where it's coming in, why it's coming, all those questions, right? No one did better than President Trump. President Trump's one badass president to secure this border at a level we've never seen before. Illegal immigration was down to a 45-year low. Illegal immigration was down between 83 and 90%. Unprecedented success. Joe Biden's the first president in the history of this nation who came into office and unsecured the border on purpose. This isn't mismanagement. This isn't incompetence. This is by design. So the first morning I woke up with a smile on my face was the day after the election when President Trump won. Because he's going to come back. He's going to finish the job he started. First of all, he sends his well wishes here and happy Thanksgiving, President Trump.
When he said this is done by design, it means it was on purpose. They want those votes. Remember, they pushing so hard to legalize everybody. And trust me, there's not one single immigrant that came across that border that is going to vote any other way that is not Democrat. That's one. Another thing, they putting in place certain amount of immigrants in the states that they want to win, that they want to flip. It's strategically done, precisely done to have control over the nation forever. That's what they were looking for, and that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to do it still, but they don't have the power of the majority Congress on anywhere. The American people say no to those crazy policies that actually put us, regular people, in harm's way. It put us in harm's way. Just think about it. You're bringing people in that you don't know. Criminal records, rapists, assassins, all kinds of bad people. I mean, we have enough with what we have here. Now you have 10, and believe me, when they say 10 million, it's probably double. Because nobody counts the getaways, nobody counts the people that come undetected. And they are talking that there is over 300,000 kids gone. Nobody knows where they are. They disappear. Kids, minors. That is the level of damage this administration have done by opening the border at this magnitude. Insane.
Also, we got a secretary coming in, Secretary Kristi Noem, the governor. I've met with her numerous times. She's the right person at the right time for the right job. She gets it. She has a lot of great ideas of her own. So I'm looking forward to Kristi getting through the confirmation process and coming to work with us. I think she's doing a fabulous job. Today is the first day I've been at Shelby Park. I'm here. Governor Abbott has done an amazing job. Illegal immigration in Texas is down 86%. 86%. Think about that. This is a model we can take across the country. We're going to help Governor Abbott finish the job he started, but this is a model we can take across the country. Unprecedented success in Texas. It's a shame the taxpayers of Texas have to spend billions of dollars to do the job that this administration failed to do, didn't want to do. And because of that, what everybody in this room today, you got to understand, you're a national hero and you're saving this nation. Let me explain why. It's just not about illegal immigration anymore. When this administration calls the crisis the biggest they caused, it overwhelms the Border Patrol. And because the Border Patrol is so overwhelmed taking care of this humanitarian crisis, many of them are pulled off the line. And what happens then? 600% increase in sex trafficking. Fentanyl coming across the border to kill 250,000 Americans. Record number of people on the terrorist watch list crossing the border. Over 2 million known gotaways. How many of them come from a country sponsoring terror? How many of them were carrying fentanyl? How many of them are sex trafficking women and children? How many of them are gang members? So it's more than just illegal immigration. I don't care what your opinion is on illegal immigration. When you cause a crisis this big, all these terrible things happen. Cartels are making more money today than every day. They're making a record amount of money smuggling aliens, record amount of money trafficking in women and children, and a record amount of money moving the dope. I'm happy that we finally got a president. President Trump's going to come in January. Like the governor says, we're not waiting until January. We're already talking. We're already planning. We're going to put a plan in place and secure this nation at the highest level it's ever seen. We're going to finish Trump's work. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. What people don't understand is that what you've done in Texas, for every ounce of fentanyl your trooper sees are less overdose deaths. For every person you arrest for trespassing and put them through a fingerprinting process, that's one less gotaway. So at least we know who these people are. What you've done is not only protect the state of Texas and the citizens of Texas, you are protecting this nation. And it's a shame we have other governors and other mayors who are right out of the gate. I said they're going to push back on President Trump and what we're trying to do, especially for interior enforcement. Let me be clear. There is going to be a mass deportation because we just finished a mass illegal immigration crisis on the border, where anybody can look at 9 out of 10 people who claim asylum at the border will end up with an order removal. So you can't ask for the right to claim asylum, the right to see a judge, the right to due process, and we give you that due process, and at the end of that due process, a federal judge orders you removed, we have to remove them. Because if we don't, shut down the immigration court. Those orders don't mean anything anymore. Take you guys off the border because there's no consequences. So you can't demand due process and the right to claim asylum and not obey the court order. That is why there needs to be a mass deportation. We have a mass number of people, millions of people who will get a final order and be order removed. If we don't do it, what is the option? Let them stay? Because if you let them stay, you'll never fix the border. You're going to send a message to the rest of the world. Enter the country legally, which is a crime. Ignore a court order, you never have to go home. We're telling the whole world it's okay to enter this country legally, you never got to go home. We're a nation of laws, and we're going to enforce the laws. The men and women of the ICE, they're going to have a tough job ahead of them. And I'm sending a message for the people that said they're going to get in our way. They're going to stop us from doing what we're doing on an interior enforcement operation. I've said it 100 times in the last week. Don't cross that line. It is a felony to knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. Don't test us. The nation wants a safe country. We've had enough crime in this country from illegal alien crime. It's time to end it and stop it. President Trump's committed to it. He's committed to securing this border. He's committed to having this mass deportation operation and concentrating on public safety threats and national security threats. For any mayor or governor who's going to push back on removing public safety threats from your community, that is your number one responsibility. You ought to be teaming up with us. We have created the biggest national security vulnerability in this nation on the southern border. Because like I said, 2 million known gotaways, and we don't know how many unknown gotaways, already a record number of people on the terrorist watch list. If you don't think a single one of the 2 million came from a country sponsoring terror and didn't come to do us harm, then you're an idiot. Everybody ought to be on the same page. Republican, Democrat, Independent. This is a huge national security vulnerability, and everybody ought to be concerned with it. So thank you for your service. Thank you for all the work you're doing. I am impressed with what I've seen today. Governor, hats off to you. The outgoing Mr. McGraw, the famous Mr. McGraw, who he's been a mentor of mine. This guy's done more for DPS than anybody that's ever worked for DPS, in my opinion. He took you guys to the 21st century. Texas DPS is probably the finest law enforcement agency in this nation. So thank you for the DPS. Thank you for Mr. McGraw. Thank you for the governor. Game on.
There's no question about it. This man is out to enforce the law. And that's exactly what we need. We don't need to be playing games. All these governors, oh no, we're going to stop the mass deportation and this and this and this and that. No. No. This is a national security threat. How many terrorists we have now? It's just a matter of we don't know when another 9/11 is going to happen. We don't know. Now, we are more vulnerable than ever before. I remember a video, I don't have it in my computer right now, somebody coming across the border, somebody from Syria, one of those countries over there, that says to the reporter, "You will know my name." I remember. It was all over the news. I don't know if you guys remember that one. He said, "You will remember my name." If I find the clip, I'm going to play it for you. Insane. Insane. I don't know. I think these guys are going to do a great job. And I can't wait. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. You just want January to come about. It's like waiting for a holiday. You want Trump to get in there so quickly. So I'm going to leave it up to here. Let me know your thoughts. All right? Subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.